Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron. It's just too transmissible. What we can do...
Hold on, Doug. I thought you said nothing will stop it. I thought you said nothing will stop it. I feel so sorry for people who actually watch this stuff and hang on to every word.
Already, we're seeing tremendous response.
He's out of breath.
We need to do everything we can to push it back.
Everything.
Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron. Sitting back, playing defense is not an option. Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron. We will be exploring every option to provide more supports. Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron. It's just too transmissible. In order to protect our hospitals from being overwhelmed.
That happens every year, Doug.
Implement further public health measures.
That happens every year, buddy.
It's just too transmissible. As always, we will do whatever it takes. Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron.
We will do whatever it takes.
Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron.
We will do whatever it takes.
Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron. Now, before I hand it over to Dr. Moore, I want to speak directly
to the kids,
the parents out there.
Oh, to the parents.
You've been asked to sacrifice so much. We've all dug so deep.
What a scumbag.
Now, we need to dig a little deeper.
We need to dig just a little deeper, guys.
The best is by getting
see, if you and Trudeau were out of office, if I got boosted and every single health minister, I would actually consider getting boosted. But I know that getting boosted you guys will still be here.
Like many jurisdictions around
It's Stalin.
Ontario is facing a serious threat from the rapidly spreading Omicron variant. The situation continues to evolve rapidly. And the
Be afraid.
Ontario's response to Omicron and limit opportunities for transmission.
It's just too transmissible.
The province is applying a 50% capacity limit in indoor public settings.
Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron.
Such as restaurants, bars, gyms, pharmacies, grocery stores, shopping malls,
wow.
personal care services.
Wow. In the dead of winter. In the dead of winter. Wait in line. In the dead of winter, guys. For your health. That won't make flu season worse. That won't overload hospitals worse.
Limit the number of people that can sit together to 10 per table.
Limit the number of people who can sit together for the betterment of fighting the virus.
Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron.
Would also require patrons to remain seated. Patrons must also remain seated at concert venues, theaters, and cinemas.
Wait, no. Wait, hold on.
Would also require patrons to remain seated.
No standing up. Hey, you! No standing up. You're spreading Omicron. Sit down. Hey, sit down. There's no standing up allowed. This is a lot more cartoonish than I expected.
And finally, for informal social gatherings, there will be a limit of 10 people indoors and 25 people outdoors.
Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron.
It's extremely stupid.
This is not the situation any of us wanted to be in.
Yeah.
Especially during the holiday season.
Yeah, but that's exactly the situation you're putting all of us in. We didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do this to you, babe. I didn't want to have to beat you up like this, but, well, that's what I'm doing.
Booster doses that provide an additional layer of protection against Omicron. Millions.
Hey, doesn't make you immune, by the way, but it gives you an additional layer of protection.
That provide an additional layer of protection against Omicron.
Like it's a parka or something. These booster shots are like parkas. They're not actual, they don't actually make you immune to anything, but hey, extra added protection.
Be eligible to book an appointment for their booster starting on Monday. Please get yours as soon as you are eligible.
Please get yours
and if you still need
as
your
soon
first
as you're
or
eligible.
Second dose, now is the time.
Now is the time. Now is the time. Yeah, I'm so close. I'm about to, you know what, Stalin? I'm about to go. I'm about to go get it right now. You know what? Now that you said this, I'm gonna get it. Guys,
we all have a role to play in keeping ourselves, our friends, families, neighbors, and communities safe during this holiday season. Please follow all public health and workplace safety measures.
Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron.
These measures have worked before. And
have they? Have they worked before? Because all you've been doing is fear-mongering about every single case.
Over the coming days and weeks, daily foreskin cases will continue to accelerate.
Follow social gathering limits and minimize the number of gatherings you attend and the number of people you gather with throughout the holiday season.
Merry Christmas. They're trying to demoralize us, and it's not going to happen, folks. It is not going to happen.
Stay home if you have symptoms, even if...
That one I would actually agree with. If you have symptoms, then maybe stay home. This is what we did before, you know? And back in 2019 when, hey, I'm feeling actually sick, maybe I shouldn't go to a large gathering because I'm sick. Hey, I'm sick, I'm staying home. That's how things used to be. So out of all that stuff he said, I agree with that one thing. Oh, if you're sick, stay home. We didn't need a health Stalin to tell us that. Anyway.
The health experts do say that, you know, these are venues where spread is happening and it can happen. Did you make a mistake with your comments? Did you mislead Ontarians?
So I want to call this out right now. This is what I like to call fake accountability, when the media asks these seemingly tough questions like, hey, Doug, you said this and now you're saying that. Which is it, Doug? And it's like, we're CBC holding Doug accountable. And really, it's like, those are not the questions that need to be asked whatsoever. You need to be asking these questions like, hey, is this really necessary to begin with?
Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron.
You just said you can only have 10 people at Christmas dinner. Are these measures, do you think, going to be enough to do what we need to do to avert the worst here?
Is this going to be enough? What if it gets really bad, Doug? What if people get sick during flu season, Doug? Can you make it so no one gets sick this winter? Even though since the beginning of time, people have gotten sick during the winter? Can you make sure no one gets the sniffles, Doug?
Yeah, I'm taking the advice from the chief medical officer, and this is probably a good question for Dr. Moore to answer.
Our goal now is to try to slow the virus down, as we said.
Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron.
To try to build our immunity through the immunization strategy in the first, second, and third dose strategy. That is integral over the next coming weeks for every Ontarian to take advantage to get immunized.
See, no, it's not being immunized.
To get immunized.
These boosters don't immunize people. They add a layer of protection. Those were your own words, man.
Booster doses that provide an additional layer of protection against Omicron. Additional layer of protection against Omicron.
I'm going to look up immunized on Google. To render immune. To produce immunity in. Make a person immune to infection. It's not immunization. You said so yourself.
Additional layer of protection against Omicron.
It's a layer of protection. It's a layer of protection, like a poncho. It's not immunization. So, doctor, I don't think that's the right terminology, being immunized, because these boosters don't immunize people.
Additional layer of protection against Omicron. This is a very aggressive virus. It spreads very quickly. Everyone has an individual responsibility to try to limit their total number of contacts. The government, I believe, has taken their responsibility.
Get the contacts out of your phone. Limit your contacts. Stop talking to people. Just say goodbye to your mom, okay? Like, you're not going to talk to her ever again. This is just... Guys, we need to slow the spread. Okay, this is what we need to do. Limit your contacts. Be very afraid, by the way. If you're not afraid yet, be very afraid. Let's continue.
We have to be in this together. We all have
Look at them in the back.
Appropriate precautions. Ontarians have been brilliant to try to limit the spread of this virus. And
this is how we want you to spend the holidays.
But this is moving rapidly.
It's moving.
And there could be possible changes.
Fluid.
In,
it's
in
liquid.
Another week. It
could change again
as we see these numbers.
The numbers, guys.
Accelerate.
Accelerate.
I'm just being upfront with.
I'm just being upfront with you.
Numbers will accelerate.
They will accelerate.
So
that's so.
Has a responsibility.
Everyone's responsible.
Be cautious.
Be cautious. Be afraid.
Break there.
Break there. Don't have family over for dinner. What are you thinking? Don't have any contact with anyone. Okay. What are you thinking? No more human connection ever, okay? We need to do this to slow the spread.
Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron.
Listen to Doug. He is the model of health and safety. Look at this man. Look how he is the ideal health and safety mascot, okay? Look how much butter. He probably eats so much butter, and he probably adds a lot of oil into what he eats as well. Guys, don't you want to survive the winter? Listen to Chubby Doug, okay?
We're asking for 10, be cautious and be prudent.
Yeah.
Next question.
Be afraid. Be terrified, please.
Talking about going on the offense, this is a virus that's doubling every 2 days. Why wait till Sunday to put these measures in place? And as well, what are you doing to speed up booster doses? We're hearing from those 50 plus who are struggling to book doses, never mind those 80s.
This is really irritating. There isn't one journalist who's going to say, hey, mental health. Hey, people waiting outside in the cold. Hey, flu season happens every year. Like no one, you're not allowed to challenge. You are not allowed to challenge these tyrannical measures. And not only that, not only can't these journalists can't challenge the tyrannical measures, but they're like, well, why haven't you done this sooner? Doug, why aren't they stricter? Yeah, this is a real hard-hitting journalist. Really, it's fake accountability, like I said.
He doubled the amount of people getting booster shots literally in a week.
How does that affect case counts, by the way? You doubled the amount of booster shots in a week. I mean, my hometown is Kingston. We're almost like fully vaccinated and we have some of the highest case counts there. But no, we don't really care about, what's it there? Good questions.
He doubled the amount of people getting booster shots literally in a week.
Well, we got a lot of booster shots and it's done nothing. And that's why that's going to work this time.
I'm talking about the frontline healthcare workers, the docs.
Many of which have been laid off, by the way, because of mandates. But we're not going to talk about that either.
This province can handle without locking down like this.
Well,
lockdown. They said the word.
We're following the data very closely. We don't want to create over concern regarding this. We want everyone to remain calm, to be sure that we're following the data every single day.
What?
We don't want to create over concern. We want everyone to remain calm. Every case in Ontario that's Omicron.
Well, we don't want to create over concern. Did he really?
We don't want to create over concern regarding this. We want everyone to remain calm.
Friends, this variant is unlike anything we've seen.
We don't want to create over concern.
Modeling tells a scary story.
We want everyone to remain calm.
The modeling tells a scary story.
We want everyone to remain calm.
The modeling. This variant tells a scary story. Does it? Does it?
Right now, the United Kingdom is facing a tidal wave of Omicron infections.
We don't want to create over concern.
That threatens the entirety of their health system.
We want everyone to remain calm.
I think it's the media telling the scary story. Anyway.
Should I feel safe or feel it's worth the risk to see a grandparent who's had 3 vaccine shots?
Wow, this is an interesting...
I personally would advise you to avoid social contact with anyone older, even with 2 doses. If you are going to interact, I do it outdoors with masking and distancing. It's reasonable across Ontario to enable that. I think all of us have to learn from the last 20 months to best protect those that are older in our communities. I'm sorry to recommend that. I'd obviously have to understand your complete situation.
He has a sick smile on his face while saying, "Don't see your grandma."
Outdoors, distance, mask.
She's triple boosted. He's double boosted.
I would prefer that you get your.
This is messed up, bro.
We don't want to create over concern. We want everyone to remain calm.
It's so funny. They speak out both sides of their mouth. He's like, "Don't be overly concerned." Also,
don't visit your grandma. Just don't do it.
You should get your 3rd dose if you're going to go inside.
We want everyone to remain calm.
That entails that it's a big deal. If you have to not see your grandma, get another dose if you want to even go indoors to see somebody. Like, oh, it's not a big deal though. We don't want people to worry. You just can't see your grandma this Christmas.
What we're doing today is in an abundance of caution. We don't want to create over concern, the freedom to individuals to be able to mourn appropriately and not infringe anymore their personal rights. But
there you have it, folks. But we are infringing on your personal rights. Left, right, and center.
Not infringe anymore their personal rights, but
knowing how transmissible Omicron is, and given the calls for circuit breaker measures from the science table, will you consider closing restaurants?
Circuit breaker. Shout out to East Coast Canadian who said circuit breaker is the new lockdown. This is the new term. It's not a lockdown. It's a circuit breaker. Because you're a fucking idiot, stupid little child. Oh, it's not a lockdown. It's a circuit breaker. Yeah. Okay.
And this is moving rapidly.
rapidly. It's
We're gonna
liquid.
be all over it.
It's liquid, guys.
We're pushing the system on all fronts and all cylinders. Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron. I want to apologize to you ahead of time. Thank you. God bless. Be safe and be cautious. Thank you.
That is it. They say it's about science, but what really came up scientifically there? Like nothing scientific really came up. It's spreading rapidly. It's liquid. It's spreading quickly. He talked about immunization, although that was misleading because he just said it's a layer of protection. So that's not the same thing.
Booster doses that provide an additional layer of protection against Omicron.
Nothing will stop the spread of Omicron.
I feel so sorry for people who actually watch this stuff and hang on to every word because it doesn't make sense. It's like it leaves you on edge. It says, don't worry. Also, don't see your grandma. Remove human contact. Don't worry about it. You know, don't have contact with anybody. I don't care if she's triple boosted and you're double boosted. Don't see your grandma. Are you crazy? Don't panic, by the way. It's completely insane. And I've said this for a long time now, but the way that our news media and politicians operate, it's psychological terrorism. That's exactly how I see it. You watch this stuff, you get horrified and terrified. We need to cut out human contact. It's spreading everywhere. Do they actually go into details? No, not really. And not only that, we have our journalists, our investigative journalists, essentially egging them on. Well, why isn't there more? Why isn't there more lockdowns? Why didn't you do this sooner? It's disgusting. There was, I guess, the guy from iPolitics did ask one good question, but once again, it seemed to only stoke even more fear. You know, don't see your grandma ever again. By the way, don't panic. Anyway, I'm basically sounding like a broken record, kind of like these guys are now, but this is Don't Be Demoralized December. We'll talk to you soon.